Hi, this is James Melendez, James a Wine Guy, here to share this wine with you. Now, this is a bottle very familiar to probably many of you out there. This is Saintsbury 2002 vintage Pinot Noir, Carneros District, 13.5% in alcohol content. I think it's a beautiful label, very classically designed. And when I see the S here, I think of a medieval manuscript, and it's something that it actually takes me back to when I was in graduate school. I worked as my pay job at the University of New Mexico Department of English, Language and Literature. And I was associate editor of two pubs. One was Blue Mesa Review, the other American Literary Realism. And I worked with so many different students and faculty members, and one group was the medievalists. And it just intrigued me. I was just so fascinated by what they were doing, and extremely bright people. So it's amazing when I think I see a label like this, and it's always emblematic to me. It takes me back to that particular period of my life. And wow, what a success that label is. Now, I find this in my collection, and it's a moderately small collection. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't open this. 2002, where have I been? But, you know, even the best of us, I am really meticulous at recording. There's always one that gets in there. You don't know how it got there. And when I opened this up, I thought it opened up too easily. This is not good. It could be good or possibly not so good. And it's very crayon purplish. And so I opened it up, and news is good. It turned out to be just fine. Now, this is a fantastic winery to experience, and you must have a reservation to visit. They don't have a tasting permit. So you have to go in, and actually not go in, you have to call, make a reservation. Extremely nice people, and as I recollect it, it was only open Monday through Friday. Probably still the same thing. Now, this is the founders are Dick Ward and David Graves, and this was created in 1981, and the Carneros District was named an AVA in 1983. So they do have their experience of being in lots of academic training. So how apropos to be producing Pinot Noir. It's one of these that is just, it takes every bit of the scientific method, if you will, to create alongside with the artistic function and capability and trust. And that's what Pinot Noir is all about. Now they do about 5 or 6 Pinot Noirs. They do 2 Chardonnays and 2 Syrahs. And when you go to taste, you probably will taste 4 or 5 wines. And definitely, if you can, try the Brown Ranch. Fantastically good. Now, I think Carneros is really, it's the quick way through Carneros to Highway 29 or Silverado Trail. And I think it's a mistake by a lot of visitors. Unfortunately, it's scenically beautiful. They pass it quickly because they got to go somewhere else. They got to go in the center of Napa. And sometimes when I think of the Carneros, and it's big in acreage, however, fewer wineries. That experience is really good because I think for me, it's something that I imagine, wow, this is what Napa was like, 35 years ago, 40 years ago, maybe 25 years ago. And it's always just, it's such a different experience. It's a fun experience. It's a Pinot Noir Chardonnay experience. Now, this wine is something that I think is just really, really nice. And it has those very familiar Carneros signatures, such as a really chocolate note. And Carneros, unlike the rest of Napa, Upper Napa, gets really cool at night. And even in the daytime, it can be very sunny. And while it might be a little warm, there's a breeze, and it's coming from the bay. And it's cooling everything out. Now, Pinot Noir really loves this. And I don't know the specific clones in this wine. I'm guessing 777 has to be part of it. Maybe it's 25, maybe it's 30%. Don't really know, and I would love to see that on all Pinot Noir bottles. I think it's a really nice way to, not necessarily that you have to have a specific clone in there. It's really, the winemakers are going to balance that out, figuring out which clones are how much of a clone is going to add to the wine and be constituent in the wine. Now I'll take a little taste of this wine and tell you what it's like. The acids in this wine have kept it alive for so long and lively. Now, this wine is really superbly chocolatey. I really like that. And it's like a very dark chocolate, Turkish fig, which I think sounds like a very, very strange way of describing a wine. But I think figs are wonderful. And figs do something magical, which is fresh figs are very non-sweet. But when dry, become very, very amazingly, gorgeously sweet. and I think I taste that. It's that really gorgeous, almost like what I'd call that wet sweetness. Fantastically beautiful. Getting some cherry, some cola notes, black pepper, Malabar pepper, a little bit of mushroom, and on this I'm getting a little bit of lavender eucalyptus. Fantastically nice wine. So glad to have it. So glad I opened it up right now and found it. Give us a 9.0 out of a 10.0 scale, or I should say that differently, a 9.0 out of a 10.0 scale. So for more reviews, please go to jamesthewineguy.com. Please subscribe to my videos on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Please follow me, and my pictures are also on Flickr. Thank you, and salud.